Whether it's for horror movies, comedies, or just sketches, you need to know how to do this. Breaking news. We've just been informed that an intense heat wave is approaching the peninsula. We've been told that temperatures are going to reach 86. Hello and welcome to Clean Film. This is the second time we're recording this tutorial because the first time we did it without audio, because that's just how cool we are. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you about motion tracking, rotoscoping, masking, and maybe a few other things. Let's get started. For the first shot, since it's moving, we've used the tracker. If you can't find it, it's in the Window tab. With the video selected, we click on Track Motion. For track type, we choose Perspective Corner Pin. The tracking points will automatically appear for you. If you look closely, when we filmed the scene, we placed 4 stickers to use as tracking points. What we need to do is match each tracker point to those points we've placed in the scene. We click on Analyze. Before continuing, we need to create a black solid. Once we have that, we go to Set Target in the tracker, select the black solid we created, and click Apply. You'll see that it has placed the solid where the screen is and it moves along with the shot. Now we pre-compose the solid and choose Leave Attributes. We open the pre-composition and inside we place the footage we want to show on the TV. Now let's move on to the chroma key. First we create a mask to remove the parts that aren't green screen. Then we look for the key light effect. You can do this in the search bar, or if you don't have it, go to the Effects tab, then Keying and select Key Light. We apply it to the video. We take the eyedropper tool and use it on the green background. We see that it removes everything that's the same color, but we also notice there are some issues. Where it says View, we set it to Screen Matte. Then we adjust Clip Black and Clip White until both are a solid color. We reduce the screen shrink a bit. What this does is reduce the edge where the character meets the chroma key. And then we also increase the screen softness a little. Damn. Softness. This is to blur the edge a bit. The thing is, once the chroma key is finished, we increase the scale of that layer and place the character wherever we want. For the background, you can look for an image. For example, I downloaded one from Adobe Stock since we had free images to download. I can have it for the double. We place the image behind the chroma key and adjust the scale and position to put it wherever you like. Wherever you like? There is good, here is good. If we look at everything together, we see that it looks perfect and everything moves along with the scene. Let's move on to the second part, the part where I come out of the TV. We prepared this shot during filming. We set up the entire set and we did a take with the TV. Then we removed the TV, set up the green screen, I got behind it, all of this without moving the tripod. Since this scene was shot with a tripod, there's no need to use a tracker. It's enough to create a mask. We make a mask around the screen and place it in Restart. We put the second take underneath and we automatically see the presenter behind. This is all calculated, but as always there could be some mistake. If you look closely, my head gets cut off by the edge of the TV. And since I have to come out to create the effect, this doesn't look right. We need to fix it. To do that, we're going to duplicate the screen layer, place it at the very top, and create a second mask around the edge. We're going to enlarge this edge, increase the scale a bit until we see that it doesn't cut off the head. Then we adjust the mask on the lower layer to fit the new edges. The issue with fixing the TV is done. Now let's move on to the exit effect. We duplicate the screen pre-composition and go to the exact frame where the hand would start to come out. Here we make a cut and remove what we don't need. Then we go to the last frame, which is the frame where it's already fully inside the TV, make another cut and remove what's behind. This way, we shorten the clip. This is important for something I'm going to explain in a moment. We place the duplicated pre-composition at the very top, grab the roto brush tool and double click on the image. We use the roto brush only on the parts that are going to come out of the TV. We move forward frame by frame using control and the right arrow key, and we adjust the roto brush to the arm in this case. And when we get to the can, we're going to add it to the roto brush as well. Once we have everything done, we're going to hit freeze. This is where it's important to have a short clip, because if you have a long clip, the program will process the entire thing, even if you haven't done any rotoscoping here or here. It'll just say okay, and it'll make up the rotoscoping in those parts. The problem is that it's going to take a long time to process that clip, and you only want a small part, so that's why we cut it. This is something that will happen a lot as you edit. Errors will start to pop up. The one that's on the table isn't the same one that I pick up. Let's fix that. To do that, we're going to duplicate the original chroma key layer and place it on top of everything. We're going to create a mask over the table and increase the feathering to blend it with the original shot. If we see, as in this case, that the colors are a bit different because of the sunlight, you can reduce the mask using mask expansion, for example, or do it manually and see where it looks good. What else? Now let's move on to the third part, which is changing clothes. In this part, we'll basically use masks, but first we need to change the background. We're going to take the image from the second part, and at the moment when the character presses the remote, you need to place that new background in that frame so that when they press the remote, the background changes automatically. Now let's move on to the clothes. For the second part, I have the suit resting on the clothes. What I do is grab it with my hand, and as I pull the suit, we adjust the mask with the mask path stopwatch enabled. What this does is create the animation, and we move from one shot to the next. And that's it. Here's this tutorial that we've recorded twice. Follow us here for more tutorials, hopefully only once next time. Who will let me?
Well, everyone, since you've made it this far, thank you.
Okay. This tutorial has been a bit longer because there are a lot of steps to follow, so if you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Subscribe here. I'm doing this because we've recorded it twice. Subscribe here to keep up with the tutorials. Here you have a video, not two, just one, and here you have 4 comments. See you in the next video. I hope everything got recorded.
17 minutes in total.
3 more than before.